This is Godzilla if he stepped on a Lego. Thanks very much. Very much. I'll be here all night. Boo. Unannounced live stream coming at you. Trying out my new internet. Okay, mic check sounds good. We'll give this a few minutes though. There's a whole mishmash of weirdness going on right now over here. There's a method to it though. Kind of mixing things up a little bit today. Let's see, change my camera angle here. That should do. Gonna change out this paper for the wet palette. Feels damp enough. Yeah, probably use a little more water. It's been pretty hot. Yeah, it's soaking that up nice. With the wet palette, you basically, with this type anyways, you don't really want to see water dripping out the bottom. So I'll usually, I'll turn it, roll it around like this. And then once it gets to the point where it's not dripping water anywhere, then it's ready for paper. I like to keep my wet palette fairly wet, so... This wet palette by the Army Painter, I mean, you can make your own. It's really easy and cheap to do. But I mean, if you have the money and you can reason yourself buying one of these, I highly recommend it. If you ever have to mess with paints, having a decent wet palette is really nice. Theirs comes with a lid that you can put on it. No, I'm not sponsored by Army Painter. But you got a spot to hold your brushes. And then you got the wet palette itself. So, yeah, it's nice. I like it. It's worth the 20, 30 bucks or something that I paid for it. I don't remember. Right now, I'm waiting for paint to dry on Goku. So in the meantime, just for fun, I'm going to dry brush. I'm going to go over Godzilla's head with a dry brush and just kind of have some fun. Because why not? So right now, I'm basically just looking for some cheap white or really light gray paint. I don't want to use my expensive stuff for this kind of dry brushing. This is an alternative way to do like a volumetric highlight without, you know, airbrushing, or you know, you know what I'm talking about. Let's see. You know what we could do is we could just do it with a light gray primer color. I have some white Vallejo primer that I never use, and I'll just go ahead and use that for the dry brushing here. And with that, I'll go ahead and change the camera. Move Goku out of the way here, but still keep him in the fan. I've got really nice airflow blowing on this side of the studio right now. So it's drying quickly. This is also a big test of my new internet hub that I have down here. I got a mesh network. It's like they call it a node. I'm not super uber tech savvy guy, but anyhow, I got this mesh network set up at the house now, and so far it is 20 times better than the Wi-Fi router we got from our internet provider. You can see how I feel about them in other videos. But anyhow, I'm trying it out today, and yesterday it wasn't working very well, and understandably, because it relies on its connectivity to the node that's upstairs, which it's upstairs. It's got to go through the stairs or through the floor, whatever. The signal's got to go around a lot of corners, and it obviously didn't perform that well. So I hardwired the node here in the studio directly to the node upstairs. So I've got 100 feet of Ethernet cable going from one node to the other. And when I did the signal run, it is running at full speed here in the studio. So if all goes well, I should just have a perfectly clear video. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt. I've got to run the cable. I got a big spool that I can roll the cable up on. So it is what it is. But if it means getting a good signal and a nice clear picture, I'm totally happy to do it. This paint's been sitting for a while, so I want to make sure it's mixed really, really well. It's just a primer, and I'm just using it for some dry brushing, so I don't need a lot of it. While we're waiting for paint to dry on Goku, I figured why not do something in the Japanese realm of movies and cinema and animation, and I've got this Godzilla head that I printed a while back. Eventually he's going to have his whole body, whatever. It's huge, I know that. But yeah, I got his head right now, so I figured while we're waiting for paint to dry on Goku, we can do some dry brushing with Godzilla. We're going to do a volumetric highlight without an airbrush. We're not using an airbrush to do the, what do you call it? Yeah. Volumetric highlight. Brain farting, having a senior moment. I forgot the other word for volumetric highlight. Zenithal highlighting, thank you. Now I just remembered it. All by my big self. Not sure what kind of dry brush I'm going to use. I'm going to start off with a small dry brush just for fun. Actually, just going to use a little makeup brush. This little pad with a sponge in it just basically cleans any dust and stuff off the dry brush and gets some moisture to it. Sometimes you don't want to use a totally dry brush, but it's always good to have a little bit of moisture on the brush when you start. So we're going to say his light source is coming down from the top. Oh, I don't think this is the paint I want to use. It is way too thin to use in any kind of brush, so I'm going to go ahead and just use something different. Let's switch it over to some Pro Acryl. Set this aside. Sorry about that. Just adjusting my camera angle a little bit. So again, just a little makeup brush here. It's a little too wet, actually. That's all the paint I'm putting on it. And I'm going to wipe most of that away. So it's just dusted. I'm just moving the brush in the direction of the light. is shining from. Obviously up top, you can start using circular motions because it's encompassing the entire top portion of the head. Get a little more paint on our brush. Wipe that off a little bit. Okay, so that's with this size makeup brush. If you want things to move a little faster because you're using a, you're painting a pretty good sized model, you go with a bigger brush. Um, I like these because they've got kind of an angle. Um, they're, I don't know, they're just nice to dry brush large surfaces with. Again, just smoothing out and cleaning up these bristles. Dry that off pretty good. Bear with me 1 minute here. Looks pretty cleaned up. Oops. Accidentally got paint on my paper towel there. Still a little too much paint. That's all right though. There we go. There we go. Oh, hey, thanks, Jamie. Sorry, I was just able to look at my camera. Yeah, I'm just waiting for paint to dry on Goku, and I figured while I was waiting for that, I would go ahead and just. There's Goku up there. He's still pretty wet. I had to reprimer him in some flat primer that I had to go pick up. I really wasn't happy with the look of what was going on uh, uh, with the matte with the matte paint that I had primered him with yesterday. So I went and got some flat and got him primered up, and it looks better now. I'm happier with the results, but yeah, um, I don't think it's gonna be in time for me to sit and paint today, unfortunately. I also got his sash fixed. It fits pretty good. This is the front of it. I did that off camera, but I was able to get that fixed. I think I just need to do a little more sanding along the belt here, which this I haven't glued this in place. It's still separate. So I'm going to sand this down a little bit and then reprimer it. So unfortunately, it's not going to be ready to paint today, but we're well on our way. And I was able to shape this piece well enough with his trousers so that it fits pretty good. I'll have a mild gap to fill in, and I don't need to reprint this piece. So I'm happy with that. So yeah, in the meantime, I was just like, what do I have to do to work on for a live stream so that I can also test my newfangled internet to see how a live stream does with it. And yeah, so basically I ran an Ethernet cable down to the studio here. So I'm hardwired into the node upstairs. That's basically our Wi-Fi router. So I'm hardwired into that, into the new node or pod or whatever you want to call it down here. Now I have mesh network. And so, yeah, I ran a cable, a 100-foot Ethernet cable down from the router upstairs to the studio. So far as I can tell, I've got like perfect internet speed. I'm running it exactly as long as I'm hardwired in down here. I'm fine. It seems like yesterday was a test of the system without it. Yeah, I didn't think I had to reprint either. It should look cleaner. Hey Jen, what's up, girl? Yeah, I mean it absolutely should look cleaner because like I said, I'm hardwired in and I did a speed test and everything on the node down here in the studio, and it said I was running at 652 MBS, which before I was lucky to get 70. So as far as I can tell, my internet's actually, as long as I'm hardwired down here, my internet's running at the speed it should be. So that's fucking fantastic. How's your day going, Jen? I'm waiting for paint to dry on Goku up here. It's not going to be ready today. I was being optimistic when I set up this live stream. Tired? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm tired too. I feel you. But yeah, I had high hopes that I'd be able to start painting Goku, get them glued together, and start at least get to the Zenithal highlight. And I don't think it's going to happen. There's still it just needs to dry for 24 hours. I need to be patient. And so to bring you up to speed, in the meantime, I have this Godzilla head. Um, this was going to be a commission, or it may still be. I don't know. Um, but I printed his head just to see what the scale was going to be like, because sometimes you have to visualize it, you know. And I printed his head for the client. I didn't tell the client this, but or the prospective client, I didn't tell him, but I was like, you know, if you don't want this, I'm probably going to print it for myself anyways. You obviously, for obvious reasons, you never tell your a possible client something like that. Yeah, you did miss yesterday. That's okay. That's quite all right. But yeah, in the meantime, instead of watching paint dry or not doing any kind of live stream, I decided I would still do a live stream, but it would have to be something else Japanese. And I just happened to have Godzilla to fuck around with. So instead of doing like an airbrush zenithal highlight, I just dry brushed it with these two makeup brushes real quick. And now I'm just gonna throw a different color on there just for fun. I'm gonna I'm gonna just start fucking around with some paint here. This is complete. I'm improvising on the spot, kind of like when I pick up my guitar and just start playing whatever the fuck comes to my fingers. I'm doing that with paint. That's what we're doing. Why not? Painting's got to be fun. Hmm. So yeah, I'm just having like a little improv session. I'm testing my internet, my new internet, and I'm just fucking playing around with Godzilla. So Jamie says, I got my sanding pads today. I'm with you. I can't tell much of a difference from any of them. I do have great identification. Yellow is 120. Yes, I am interested in this. Red is 320. Black is 400. Okay, so there's really not a big, really not between the supposed grits and, you know, when you're running at 2500 RPM or whatever on your Dremel. I'm just throwing a number out. Um, yeah, you're probably not going to notice a hell of a lot of difference between the sanding power of either of the pads, but that's good to know. Okay. Mine didn't come with a grit chart or any of that. And I was kind of like, well, that's weird. Yeah. Yeah, I'm guessing he was off. Need more green. Try better camera angle here. There we go. That should help facilitate things a little better for me. My arm was starting to hurt with the angle I was having to work at. Sorry, I'm being quiet. I'm just kind of flowing right now. Yes. Well, we have a visitor. Hold on. Let's see who it is. What's up, baby? Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. My wife came bearing gifts. I guess she figured I was thirsty. Ah, the missus. Yes, the missus. She's like, I'm gonna do pretty much absolutely nothing today if you're cool with that. I'm like, yeah, that sounds awesome. I was gonna come down and paint Goku, but I had to reprimer him with a flat because I didn't like the matte finish, and so I was being optimistic, thinking I'd be able to just come down and start working on Goku in live stream. So I posted that that's what I'm gonna do, but apparently that was a lie. So here I am freeforming on Godzilla. Cheers, everyone! Happy Thursday. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Sorry, I'm just laughing at myself. I will say, however, that I'm having fun just fucking dry brushing Godzilla right now. It's kind of cool, and he looks fun. Like it looks cool. I haven't spent a lot of time on it. He's starting to pop. Like kind of cool. You know, that's what I love about dry brushing. You don't have to switch needles and all that shit, and you can kind of get the same effect just with dry brushing. Doesn't take that long. Doesn't take a lot of paint. Just a little practice. That's all. Oh, I gotta stand up for a second. Oh, my wife's so sweet. She brought a soda down for me. It's hot out today for us, and she knows I come down and live stream for like 2 hours at a time, and I forget to go upstairs and get something to drink. And I need one of those pause buttons for my live streams. I don't know how to do that yet, or even if that's something I can do with the way I work my system here. A lot of the options that you have when you have a PC to run your live streams are non-existent when it comes to running your live streams through your phone or your iPad, which is what I do. So, in the meantime, this works for me, and I like that my channel is a little punk rock. That's the best way I can put it. I ain't trying to be huge or nothing. Hell, I'm amazed I have over 400 subscribers. That I am honored. I can't say that enough. Yeah, it in answer to your comment, Jen, like yeah, it is really nice. Like when you have a big piece like this, you can, you know, a lot of the stuff that these guys do with airbrushing, you know, that's awesome. But you can do a lot of the same stuff with dry brushing and and I like to touch up on that. Right now, I'm just using some yellow ochre, and just giving, big old giant flat makeup brush. No, I did not steal this from my wife. These are makeup brushes that I ordered on Amazon because I like to dress up every once in a while because it makes me feel pretty. Just kidding. I don't do that. That's not what I use the makeup brushes for, obviously. But hey, if that's your thing, that's fucking awesome. I'm into it. Like, totally cool. You do you. You do you, boo boo. That's how I roll. Just be yourself and be kind to other people. That's all I care about. Ain't getting political. Just saying. Fucking love you guys. All right, cool. That's looking fun. Pretty happy with Gojira right now. So I'm gonna clean off my airbrush a little, or my my dry brush a little bit here. Not my airbrush, obviously. And what I like to do is just kind of get most of the moisture off of it. Give it a good squeeze. Go over and dry it off a little bit. I like using my pad every once in a while too because it's gotten rough over time with all the layers of paint on it. And if you just rub your brush on these grooves, it like kind of helps clean it out pretty good. And then I just get it basically back to where its normal shape is, which is about that. And then set it aside and let her dry out. Pretty easy. All right, what's next is another paper towel. Because you don't want to scrape your shit up against it. So I'm looking at this right now, and I'm trying to decide. Like, I know it needs a wash, but I kind of feel like doing something interesting and weird with it. It's so fun to experiment and have fun with something because, especially with shit like this, because hey, it's just fucking paint. If you don't like where you're at with, your practice run or the actual model that you're doing, you just paint over it. You just reprime it and start over. So when you get a piece like this that the client said not right now, on fucking play with it, like have fun, experiment, try different shit. Okay. Speaking of trying different shit, I'm looking for a green paint right now. It's actually a wash color. Let's try something I haven't opened yet. Just because I feel like it's gonna work. Give this a nice little mix. Oh, thanks, Jen. I'm not even trying to pull anything off. I'm just literally sketching, and I call this sketching. Like I'm just having fun, improvising and playing around with paint, and you know, it's like what Bob Ross would always talk about with like happy, making happy accidents. See, like that's a cool green. Like I'm all about making happy accidents right now. I might even do something I don't like. So this is called Orc Flesh. That's by Citadel, and I'm just fucking going for it. I feel like I want to water it down a little bit more, so I'm gonna take this little cup and set it aside. But let's see how it plays just by itself for now. I forgot to grab my makeup sponge. All right. Definitely more water. Hmm. Oh yeah, what's up, Ken? Sorry, just looked over at the chat there. I am currently freeforming now because the paint for the the primer coat that I gave our friend Goku didn't dry to my satisfaction by the time I wanted it to. So I figured, why not work on something else Japanese in theme? And I just happened to have this Godzilla head laying around, so I'm like, oh, let's fuck around and find out. So that's what I'm doing. I was just doing some dry brushing and some washes here on good old Godzilla. Okay, what else am I looking for here? Oh, 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 my bones. My bones are hurting. Oh, that could be fun. Maybe pull that out. Oh, duly noted. I have snakebite leather. Trying to go through some colors here. My shit's a little mixed up right now because I've been slowly getting my paints up on the pegboard and ordering different products. Okay, let's try this. That gets some nice details of the scales there. That's a nice detail. I like that. That paint is very complimentary to these shades. Let's see how it looks on top of his head. I think it's going to look amazing. So you can see I'm concentrating this shade paint into the deeper recesses of where the big fat dry brush wasn't getting down, and you can see how that shade is starting to take over all the little, it's starting to accentuate the wrinkles and lines. And I'm just basically using the light from my lamp to also determine where that is, if that makes sense. So this is my dark wash paint. I'm using Drakenhof Nightshade straight out of the bottle and just kind of stippling along where these shadows are. And I'm just freeforming this as I'm going along, but I thought it'd be a good idea to, like, to anybody watching later or now, like, kind of explain to you my thought process with with what I'm doing. You can see how the different colors, highlights, and textures are starting to work with his face. This is a side. This side I haven't done anything to with the wash yet. This side I've started doing a wash from here up. Same with the top. So now, since I'm happy with how this is going, I'm gonna continue on with that same concept down here on the other side. Well, that fucking sucks. So we spilled a bunch of paint, so now I got no choice. It's fucking all or nothing. We're gonna use that paint. So Bob Ross can suck it right now because that was an accident, and I'm not really happy about it. If I figure out something that makes me happy about it, okay, I figured something out that makes me happy about it. It gives me an excuse to go buy more paint, even though it's my own fucking stupid fault. Guess I can just put the rest of this away now because I got plenty of it on my fucking napkin here to play with. I will say it's rather convenient for this being the paint that I need to use right now. I'm still a little sad about it. I'm not gonna lie. That totally sucks. Wow, we got 8 viewers in the high house right now. Well, hi everybody. Hope everybody's having a super awesome Thursday evening, Friday morning, wherever you might be in the world. Since everybody's here in the world, feel free to hit the like button. Please help out my algorithm. I'm just freeforming right now. I was waiting for paint to dry, and instead of waiting for paint to dry, I figured it'd be wise to be constructive with it. So I took this Godzilla head that is from a commission, and I'm just messing around with it. Doing some dry brushing, playing with some washes, just having fun, making it up as I go along. Oh, thanks, Ken. I appreciate that, man. I realized the other day, I must apologize to you, Ken. I thought I had subscribed to your channel, but I realized that I had not. And so this morning, I went and checked out a few of your videos, and I totally subscribed to your channel because I like what you do, dude. You got some cool projects out there. So yeah, everyone, you guys should, if you so desire, please check out Ken's Ken's model shop, his page. He's got some cool projects he's done. I don't want to give it away, but go in there and give him some love. Dude's got a cool page and he does some cool stuff. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to be watching a little more tonight as well. Oh. Godzilla's looking pretty cool, I think. I think my internet connection is being really cool too. I'm super stoked on that. I haven't seen any burps or anything happen yet. The feed looks super clear. Oh yeah, Ken. All my love, dude. I don't bullshit, Ken. Like if I dig on what you're doing and you've got cool content out there and you're in the hobbyist realm and you're building shit and you're a nice person, like I'm totally gonna recommend your channel to people. I feel like a lot of us in this hobby, how should I say it? Like we just get along. We understand each other. And even people that are curious about it or they understand. They know who we are and we just get along. So I like to if I find another cool channel that has a bunch of other like-minded people that we're all out here building stuff and creating and having fun. And hell yeah, dude! I'm gonna tell them about your channel, and you do some cool stuff, dude. No bullshit. Yeah, I felt bad. I went and looked today, and I was like, holy shit! I'm not even subscribed to Ken's channel. Immediately click that subscribe button, and I hit all the bell notifications too, so I'll know when you put new stuff out. Yeah, I like what you do, dude. You deserve every bit of the kudos, man. See, I already did the scales on this side, right? Yeah, the gills. Yes, I did. Okay. I'm also going to say that it's about time Summer goes home because she's fucked up. And she's making me sweat. We are breaking records out here in Southern California apparently this week with record heat. There's no October 29th or 30th. And I think they said 28th as well in human history that's recorded heat this hot in October. Yeah. I will qualify that also by saying I'm not working right now, but if I was, I would be working outside, and I'm fucking glad I'm not. Disability is being kind to me in that respect. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how Godzilla is looking right now. So I'm gonna set him aside and clean this fucking paint off of my lazy Susan here. Oh, thanks, Ken, and thank you, Kenny. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, Ken, I've seen you on Kenny's on Kenny's live streams and stuff, and yeah, you're cool people, dude. Oh, you got Oh, hey, shit, man. I'm sorry. Trek Mods is here. I didn't even realize you were in, man. How you doing, Trek? Let me catch up to the chat here. Oh, okay. Jamie says your internet's solid now, I believe. Yeah, I think so. Oh, okay. So the first thing, I'm trying to catch up to the chat here. I'm so sorry, guys. I've been in kind of a zone. Okay. So Trek Mod says, "What's up, Ron? Looks like another humongous figure." This one is fairly sizable, but not too bad. He comes in at about 1/6 scale. The file for him is actually much smaller. But while I've got time to check it out, let's check it out. So what I've got, this is the base, and I don't even know if that's all in frame. No, it's not. Okay, it's pretty big. I don't do very small models. I usually work in 1/6 to 1/4 scale. All right. So this is Goku and Shenron. Oh shit. Ugh, my little armature is way off. Okay, so this is Goku and Shenron. And Shenron's head goes on up here. It's a little... got some dust on it. Okay, so Shenron the dragon, that's his head. He's pretty cool. His head goes on here. And then Goku's standing up here. And you get a good idea of scale just by him being in my hands. So he's like, actually, he's a little taller than that. There's this belt thing that goes on. And then he's like that. And he's going to be standing up here all majestic like, going into God mode. And of course, I got fingerprints on it. Told you it wasn't dry yet. I wasn't comfortable with it. So I'm going to have to brush over that. But anyhow, you get the idea. Fucking Goku. So that's what I was going to work on. And then I realized, like, oh, paint's not dry yet. I'm not cool with that. So I decided, well, I've got something else that's Japanese, that in the realm of Japanese imagination, and let's fuck around with Godzilla. So I had a commission to do a Godzilla, and the commissioner said hold off on that for a minute. So all I got is his head printed, just so we could get an idea of scale. And that's his head. I was like, I'll just fuck around with his head today. So I've been doing some dry brushing and some other shit to kind of bring that together. I'm going to set this aside. Chill over there. Alrighty. Oh, I left his head here. And then other than that, I've just been getting like Halloween shit sorted down here in the studio, because we're going to be cutting off a portion of our garage, and we're setting up like a big table with spooky shit on it, and going to be passing out candy for the kids, and I'm going to be barbecuing hamburgers and hot dogs for the adults and myself. So that's tonight. I was kind of doing like a dress rehearsal for how I'm going to set up the studio or the garage, for our little Halloween soiree. Yeah, I mean, he's looking pretty cool. I'm pretty stoked about that. And yeah, to everyone, I'm sorry about the shitty live streams I've had recently. My internet just started really fucking sucking more than it fucking sucked already. And our service technician was like, why don't you try this thing? This is what I have at home. This kid's been doing internet shit forever. And so I checked out the gear and stuff, and then I talked to one of my other subscribers, Mr. Jerry Rojas. Ding, ding, Jerry. And he kind of advised me somewhat in the same direction, along with Bean, and a couple other people mentioned, Jamie even mentioned like mesh network stuff. And so, yeah, that's what I'm running today. Hardwired down to the garage. And internet's been feeling pretty solid today. Sorry, not sorry, I'm a little hoarse. Our weather fucking sucks right now. It's like 85 degrees outside and dry. Every year we get these winds, this weather event called Santa Ana's. Gets really fucking windy and hot, sometimes humid, sometimes dry, and right now it's fucking dry. So I'm all dried out. All right, let's blow dry him. I'm still seeing some wet spots. Boys, don't say it. I know it's killing you right now, but just leave it alone. There are ladies in the building. But wet spots, man. I know, dude. I'm feeling things are a little less turned on now, and that I'm not really seeing those particular areas of concern anymore. God, could you get any more vomit-inducing PC than that? Okay, so back to some white paint and a little itty-bitty dry brush. Oh, where's my little tiny dry brush at? Well, this will fucking work for now. Oh, no, this is pretty tiny. It's so cute. Jen's having a good old time over here tonight. She's like, what the fuck is happening in here right now? Hey, when the live stream is really live, like, this might happen. Yes, we're even dry brushing his teeth. Let me get down nice and close for that. I want everybody to be able to see how this works or how I'm doing it. Get my light down here a little bit. I would normally probably have my magnifiers on right now too, but I got to keep it a little far away for the camera. I think my paint's drying out a little bit up here on my wet palette. As stupid as that sounds. All right. I'm okay if I get a little bit of white on the gums, because we're going to be painting the gums kind of reddish or pink or something. I don't know how much battery I got left on my phone. I don't give a shit really. We're going to just get as far as we can with it. In fact, we can just dry brush a little bit of that highlight in right now where the gums are holding on to his little teethers. Do the same thing down here. Just give this a really nice, subtle dry brush. Bring out that line on the there. So that's starting to pop a little bit. Bring this down a little bit more. Trick. My palette does need more of that I put this paint on it quite a while ago, and I think it's just drying out because I got my fan blowing right now. But wet spots, man. Let's keep it mellow. There are ladies in the house. Okay. Excuse me. A little more paint here. I'm just using this Pro Acryl with a little teeny tiny dry brush. All right, so now we've got some really nice detail built up in the mouth. And you can even take that white and just give it a real light dusting on the very tips of the scales. And that can give it a lot more action. Right now, I'm just keeping it kind of basic. But, you know, that was what, 10 minutes of dry brushing. And look at that detail on the mouth. You know, the bumps in the gums that are continuous with the teeth where they're set in at. All these wrinkles. Yeah, it's looking really cool. A lot of nice detail. Not using an airbrush at all. It's crazy. bear with me here. I need to grab another color. Oh, oh, me bones, me aching bones. Oh. I'm just gonna say we're gonna listen to this, and I'm not gonna say a damn thing. I knew someone long ago. She wasn't there, and then she was. That lightning hit the ground without warning. She would laugh, I would laugh. Somehow that sound became a day. Day turned into night, and night to morning. If she ever comes back around, something she forgot. Or maybe take me for a ride. I don't get taken by surprise anymore. I don't get taken by surprise anymore. I knew someone long ago, although it feels like yesterday. She would look me in the eye and say whatever. I know this kind of moon, it looks too full to come back down. And I've seen a couple suns that set forever. If she ever comes back around, just to slam an open door, or to lay her hand in mine. I don't get taken by surprise anymore. I don't get taken by surprise anymore. I don't get taken by surprise. I knew someone long ago, whether I wanted to or not. We never said goodbye, that I remember. She never knew how much she gave, how much she paid and left behind. I never knew how much I had to surrender. If she ever comes back around to see if I'm still sore, or just make me feel alive. I don't get taken by What an absolutely phenomenally fucking beautiful song. You know what? Yeah. Thinking to myself here, sorry. By the way, thanks everyone for coming in and hanging out. I appreciate you. I'm really stoked that my internet is working nice and clear tonight. That makes me happy. Finally. I know I already painted the teeth. I'm going to go back and repaint the teeth. It just made more sense after the fact. Then I needed to work on the gum line first. So now I'm going to build the reds up into like a lighter red. Just to bring that volume out a little better. It'll look fucking sweet when I'm done with it. But yeah, he's taking on some life. It's kind of fun. Godzilla! Or whatever his noise is. I don't do a good Godzilla. I just don't. And thank God, I don't like. This is one moment where I'm gonna thank YouTube for not being like where people you can hear people talking in the chat because you know everybody right now would be making Godzilla sounds or trying to, and it would just be this cacophony of fucking madness. People trying to sound like Godzilla. I mean, it'd be funny. I'd be dying. I would be. But alas, I'm only making pencil sounds. Are you doodling, Trek mods? My brain's like making me want to call you by your name, but I can't remember if you said that was okay or not. So I didn't want to say your real name. If I wasn't allowed. I don't know. I'm thinking Godzilla's looking pretty dope though. Like that was fun today. Oh, that's sick, Jody. Duh, I just gave it away. Oh well, secret's out now. I mean, everybody's gonna know your name anyways, because go to fucking Hobby Time Modelers and watch their live streams and shit. Those dudes are dope. I always tell people to go check out your stuff. You guys do great. Great. Thanks, man. I'm glad. I didn't want to be that dick, so I was like, shit. Because some people are really particular about that. I mean, for good reason, too, of course. Great minds think alike, Jody. But yeah, I mean, overall, fucking hey, man. I'm kind of happy with what I did with Godzilla today. That was fun. Didn't take long. No airbrushing at all. This is all 100% dry brushing. Excuse me. And I think it looks amazing. I mean, it's going to look better when I do more to it. But, I mean, just as a time filler, that was fun. Shit, Jody, if it wasn't so expensive, I would just send you like weird 3D print stuff just for you to fuck around with on your airbrush, you know? I know, yay, no airbrushing. So yeah, Jody, I mean, this is an organic piece. It's a little different dry brushing mechanical parts, but same fucking concept. It works the same way. There's just slightly different things you need to pay attention to. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're really good at dry brushing. I don't recall ever seeing you do any dry brushing. But knowing that you are kind of I don't want to say anti airbrushing, but you haven't had a great experience with it yet. Let's go there. Like dry brushing might be more up your alley, you know, to play around with that. Oh, good. I'm glad you've had some successes, man. I mean, dude. Okay, so Jen here in the chat, Jennifer G, she's very familiar with airbrushing too. She could tell you, like, I think she would probably agree. Like, a lot of the shit with airbrushing is just keeping your internal mechanisms clean. You know, you don't want clogs, and thinning out your paints properly. what, like, that's a huge one. Like, once you start getting used to how to thin your paints, whether you're, whether you're painting in a water-based acrylic or enamels or oils, whatever you're painting with, you just need to thin it properly. You know, that's really all it is. And once you're thinning your paints properly and shit, you it gets so much easier to airbrush, dude. It really does. And you have less clogs and all that. I go the extra mile. I clean the absolute fucking shit out of my airbrush entirely. I mean, when I'm pretty much every paint session, I put my airbrush through it goes into an ultrasonic jewelry cleaner. I break it all down, and the whole 9 yards. And then after that, it's like ready to go. And I try to do that every single paint session, and as long as I keep up on that, I have very little problems with my airbrush. As far as clogs and shit like that. The smaller the nozzle, the more clogs you're gonna have. I will add that caveat, because I do really fine line shit sometimes with like a 0.15 millimeter nozzle. And you're just gonna get clogs when you're dealing with something that small. And again, it's really about thinning your paints properly, and in some cases putting your paint through a strainer. If you're not sure, strain it. Like that's a big one. I'm at 20% battery. Yeah, keep your equipment clean, dude, and you'll have far fewer problems. I'm with Jen on that. So I'm at 20% battery, which some of you know means that when my battery runs out, I start with 100% on my battery, and then basically when my battery starts getting down to like 10%, I start calling it a stream. That's done. Yeah, agreed, Jen. A lot less frustrations with the airbrush. And I gotta say too, like, having a good quality airbrush definitely means the difference. Get yourself, if you want to have a good experience with airbrushing, dude, spend a couple extra bucks if you can, and get yourself an Iwata or a Galeri or a Harder and Steenbeck. I'm a Harder and Steenbeck guy myself. I've owned just about every fucking airbrush brand in the world over the years, and when I got into this hobby, I wanted to get my dream airbrush, which was I always wanted to try Harder and Steenbeck. And so yeah, I got a Harder and Steenbeck Infinity CR Plus, which is like the Ferrari of airbrushes, in my opinion. And fuck, I could not be happier with it. I'm not saying I'll never buy a different brand of airbrush ever again, but man, what a nice brand. All right, Trek. Jody, yeah, man, have a great night. Enjoy the time with your kid. You guys have a fantastic evening out there, my brother. Good to see you, and thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate your time. starting to get some really nice detail in there. It's looking fun. Yeah, before the dead battery. Yeah, I'm kind of spacing out over here. Getting lost in progress. Just gonna keep going until the battery dies. Why not? And you all have a good one as well. If my battery dies, which it will eventually. Much love to you guys. Happy building, happy 3D printing, happy painting. Thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate you, all of you guys hanging out, coming on in and saying hi and stuff. Really means the world. Having a lot of fun, like enjoying all these other channels and sharing the stuff I do with you guys. It's been really fun. It is really fun. As long as I'm still breathing, I'm gonna keep doing this shit with you guys. It is just super fun and cool to hang out with everybody and share our hobbies together. That's always the spirit. At least for me, I try for it to be. Yeah, please hit the like and subscribe button. Hit those bell notifications. I'm gonna be doing a lot of live streams, and if you have the time to stop on in and give pointers or just enjoy with me, please do. Love the company, love hanging out with you guys and learning more and sharing this hobby with everyone. It's super fun. And I'm sorry I lied today about doing Goku. I was being optimistic. I thought Goku's paint would be dry and I could work on him, but alas, it was not. So I did the next best thing and worked on something else Japanese in nature, and that's Godzilla. I'll change my title a little bit for the live stream. Oh, I got to get the inside of the teeth. But yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for being part of my life like this. This is cool shit. A couple years ago, I never imagined I'd be sharing a YouTube channel with fellow hobbyists and doing this kind of stuff. It's really cool. And what a cool community. I think we have like one of the coolest communities of people around. All right. I think I got enough time to do this final thing. This is just Null Oil by Citadel. It's a really cool wash. That's a pretty little mouth. I think that's looking pretty sweet. So yeah, a lot of details there in a small amount of time. Thank you, Ken. Yeah, a lot of details in a small amount of time using really, really, really simple techniques. This just dry brushing. The mouth really stands out. Now, the next step with the mouth, and I'm just going to explain this because my battery is about to die. But the next step with the mouth when it's dry, I would be putting a clear coat in that whole area, a gloss clear coat, to really make it look wet. I could even take it a step further and add some drips of drool using clear jewelry resin. That's another thing you can add to it. But that gloss coat around the mouth area is what's really going to make it pop. And you would do the same with the eyes, of course. His eyes are really tiny. And I think about the only thing I would do before I started the gloss would just be to, one more recoat with a really dry brush, just to touch up the teeth and, some of the paint blended, so the teeth are a little pinkish. But I would just brighten those up a little bit. Other than that, that was fun. Some nice details here. A very well sculpted model. I want to say, I think Wicked did this one. And I mean, if you know Wicked's models, which most people do, I mean, these guys are top-notch sculptors out there. So I highly recommend this file. In fact, fucking just subscribe to Wicked. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but they do some absolutely amazing shit. Yeah. That was fun today. I enjoyed doing that. But yeah. So that's my 10% alarm. So I know I got a few minutes, and I'm going to take that time to do my PSA. Boom. There's my PSA. Gojira. Yeah, there we go. Today's little quick build. All dry brushing and some washes. Just a really simple paint job. Just for fun. I literally just improv this. I'm like, I'm just gonna screw around with some paint and have some fun instead of making people watch paint dry. So this is what we did. This is what I ended up doing today. Sorry, guys. No Goku. I mean, there's a little Goku, but tomorrow, Goku's gonna get. I got a couple pieces to glue together, and then I'm gonna start painting him. So we're gonna tomorrow we will get the volumetric highlight done and start putting down our first layers of color on Goku and Shenron. Well, I'm actually going to be working on Shenron first, the base. So I don't. I'm sorry, I lied. Yeah, I don't know that I'll actually be working on Goku, but I'll be doing the base with Shenron, the dragon, and all the scales and all that. I agree, Jen. Watching paint dry is fun, and we're doing that right now. So I'm glad you find it fun. I'm glad other people find it fun. So yeah. Anyways, I want to thank everybody, all my subscribers, anybody new or old to the channel. Thanks for your support. Thanks for hanging out with me and making my life more exciting than it already is. And yeah, you guys are freaking awesome. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Jody. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jerry. All my other subscribers. Love you guys. Godzilla, I love you too. But yeah, love you guys. Happy 3D printing, happy painting, and have a nice day. Toodles.